for the tip in the middle. There is some length. You got Tinnen Magassa at 6'6", going up against Maya Torre at 6'3", and it'll go to the Cowgirls. Boy, length on the interior for the Cowgirls, Angela, and some length in the guard spots as well.
It's going to be a battle on the interior in the paint today.
So work it around the perimeter. There is Hurd. We talked about her, and that is a great sign for Oklahoma State.
That's an excellent sign for Oklahoma State. That's exactly where Hurd gets her points, at the elbow.
Starters for the Utes. It is Vieta, Neepkins, and Toure. We talked about her, Jenna Johnson, and Kendi McQueen, who is now tied for the most games played in a Utah jersey at 138, as that one did all the drop for Toure.
Well, if you're not going to guard Toure at the three-point line, she's certainly going to try to make you pay.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma State. You got Gray, and you have Asi. She is leading the way for this team with Smith, Hurd, and Magassa on the interior. Transferred to Rhode Island, was a teammate for a small amount of time with Toure, and then a tie-up's going to send it the other direction to the Cowgirls. Oh, yeah, the elbow.
Yeah, it looks like I've got contact at the face, and that's probably the biggest thing there. And there's a little extra swipe that...
So they elevate it to the intentional foul.
Well, on Saturday against BYU, Oklahoma State struggled from the three-point line. An excellent block. It's going to be a battle.
Two of the best shot blockers in the conference also. Yeah, both from France, part of national team play, and played together at Rhode Island for a couple of seasons. As the clock was winding down, excellent composure and finish, though.
Rise up for a nice pull-up jumper.
Also 4 of their 6 points. Johnson, good movement without the ball on the finish by Toure. They've got to come out with the fight from the get-go as that one lopped it up, and again, another offensive rebound and a second chance for Oklahoma State.
But a travel, an excellent job of diving on that 45 cut to the rim.
High screen, the defense there, and it's one-on-one again. But that length, but the finish, Toure, I don't know how she got it with that reach.
And for Oklahoma State, Utah wants to keep them out of the paint.
Praise. Egharevba also in 24 in black. That's her right there on the offensive glass. Second chance, cleaning it up, and some emotion. They did not play their best game at BYU, and yet they were still right in it.
They forced 16 turnovers from BYU in the first half, but did not capitalize on that.
Yeah. And now a takeaway. Oh, thinking about it momentarily, and instead gives it up. Neepkins with the finish. Yeah, not only the first meeting as Big 12 opponents, but the first meeting ever in program history. So it takes some time, and again, a lot of new going on. Utah's first season into the Big 12. Good box out by the Utes. Vieta, Coach Peterson said he thinks she'll be a key piece in this game today to try to help some of the others get their looks as Neepkins fades away good.
And that's one of the things that Coach Peterson wants to see from Neepkins, knowing opponents are going to try to take the three-point line and the layups away from her, that mid-range game. He wants her to take 4 mid-range pull-up jumpers.
Oh, nothing but net. Squaring up. That's Wooten with the 3.
Wooten kind of stopping that 2-minute scoring drought. It's such a heady freshman coming in off the bench.
Really a selfless team, no doubt. As McQueen splitting the D, lays it up good.
That's an important play for Utah. That penetration and paint attack is going to be key for them.
Baseline jumper, and they wave it off. Utes 3 for their last 3 from the floor. Vieta lost the defender momentarily, and now a switch.
Passing lanes are going to be a little bit more difficult for Utah because of the size and the length of the Oklahoma State defenders.
Yeah, it's 6'6", coming right out at Reese Ross, but Ross hits the 3 ball. Utes up by 2. That one too much. Good box out once again.
Great box out by Jenna Johnson on that play as Magassa was going for that board.
Vieta, help D coming over, and she needs some help. They have the longer defender on Ross at 6'1". Nice cut. Oh, but that length, there it was.
Magassa is one of the best shot blockers in the conference, certainly in the country, and she closes up a lot of gaps quickly.
Comes into this game with 55 blocks and now adding to them as the layup good. Just a little over 2 minutes left in this first quarter. You don't want to see that as Ross cutting away and Torrey finds her. 6 turnovers. How about 9 points off the turnovers? And now another turn. So much of what you do with it once you get it. But right in it. The Cowgirls, they've struggled with those turnovers. Oh, and
Able to take contact and to finish.
Took it into Magassa and gets the three-point play.
They have to do a better job of taking care of the ball, particularly in transition.
Magassa asking for it, and wow. And an and one for her. Now, Cowgirls struggled no postseason last year, just 14 wins. As you see the numbers, reunited now, but as rivals are these two. They played at Rhode Island together. A 6-point lead at one time for the Cowgirls. A 5-point lead for the Utes, hanging on. Up by 2. As this first quarter is winding down, a chance to extend it if Neepkins can here. Too much on it, but the whistle will put her to the free throw line. Coach Hoyt pleading her case to the official. As the first free throw good for Gianna Neepkins. Moved into third all-time in three-pointers. With 231 coming into this one. 77 on the season. And they'll wave that off as the shot from Wooten won't count. That'll do it. In her third season, last year no postseason. The season before, they did go to the NCAA tournament. They had an incredible, just a chemistry of that group. Last year, some struggles and a lot of changes with just 2 starters back. But this group has really connected, and you can see why. As knocked away, that's Crisp with the steal. And Magassa back on to start this quarter.
Well, Utah's doing exactly what Coach Peterson talked about. Capitalize on those turnovers and take whatever Oklahoma State gives them.
Brooke Walker also starting for Utah this quarter. There's Wilkie and Crisp. The defense just smothering by the Cowgirls. As that was a good look by Crisp. Johnson tries to keep it alive. Instead, it goes the other way. You know, she's a player that Coach Hoyt talked about today that maybe doesn't even get the attention as one of the bigs in the Big 12 as much as she should. And she's gotten my attention, there's no doubt. Oh, pretty finish with the left hand.
Great patience. Again, one-on-one on the low block with a defender on your back. You just take your time with your footwork. Beautiful turnaround jumper over the right shoulder.
Yep, she did just that. Neepkins back on. Wilkie squares up. Sticks it. 18 points to win at Arizona State. Utah coming in after the win on the road. And she's been a bright spot. Oh, boy, baseline drive. The layup won't drop, though.
Her got away with a little bit of a push-off with that left elbow.
I want to get her going. She does so many things for the Cowgirls, but scoring in particular, and she struggled at BYU with just 5 points. First one won't go for Jenna Johnson. Magassa gets a breather. 1 for 2 for Jenna Johnson, her first point of the ballgame. Smaller lineups for both teams. Drive on the left side, good. Micah Gray, the junior, the transfer from Seton Hall. She's been a nice fit.
Another one of those players that has the ability to be an explosive scorer for Oklahoma State, but does not force shots. It's one of her first shots today. She's 1 of 1 from the floor.
She has 63 three-pointers coming in as Neepkins muscles her way up and good. But she's also a guard that's not afraid to take it in and finish at the rim. Hurd and the help D right there.
Good closeout by Kennedy McCready.
Gray squares it up. No good. And they're going to call a foul on the Cowgirls. She'll take a seat.
Well, this is where Oklahoma State struggled against BYU when Magassa got into foul trouble and eventually fouled out of that game.
Yeah, she changes things when she's out there. And now you see Hurd trying to stay with Toure as the shot. Our official, Brian Hall, and she received a warning.
And you talked to her about that in practice today. Like, a lot of their ability to be physical and aggressive is going to depend on how the game is being called.
Yep, certainly will. Heward gets it swatted away, but into the hands of Asi. The drive lays it up and down.
And they're going to use that to try to space the floor and get some paint attacks off the dribble.
Yeah, picked up those 2 personals as three-point play good for Asi. She has 7 points. Niepken's the only player in double digits with 10. Toure continues to attack.
Well, if you're Utah, continue attacking the paint. Make them defend you.
Can't connect. Ross cleans it up, though. What positioning by Reese Ross.
Excellent job on the glass. Reese Ross is one of the quickest leapers. She gets off the floor so quickly and use it to her advantage in that offensive rebound.
She planned that one perfectly. Trying to get closer, weaves it up, left-handed layup, no good, batted around, staying with it, and it works.
Like the hustle plays, right now Oklahoma State is winning in those plays.
Yeah, they are. Redshirt sophomore out of Germany. Redshirted the 2023 season, but played in 26 games last year. Kennedy McQueen read that one all the way, but nobody there in red. Oklahoma State trails by 3 with 4 minutes left in the first half.
Good perimeter defense from Utah. They're not letting Oklahoma State turn the corner.
They certainly aren't. Asi got a good look. She came around and swish. 39% three-point shooter out there. Ties this up.
Yeah, you have to close out on Asi. You cannot go behind screens and close out slowly.
Floater on the baseline. Good decision by Wilkie to attack.
Great decision. Help side was coming over from Oklahoma State. Wilkie did a great job stopping on a dime with that floater.
Back up to a 2-point lead for the Utes. And body bump up top. You're right, and the three-point shooting's been held down as well. 2 of 7 for the Utes. A big D on the perimeter by the Cowgirls. Double-digit turnovers now, and they've scored double digits off of them. That's been a big plus. McQueen now guarded by Smith. Johnson without the ball to cut down the lane. And there's Brooke Walker back in, the freshman guard. And the shot clock is down to 5.
Again, Oklahoma State, they're on the catch, not letting Utah have any space.
That was Egharevba with the topside D, knocking that away. And the takeaway by the Cowgirls. Can they capitalize? Not that time. Egharevba cleans it up once again.
12-0 board for the Cowgirls, and they continue to attack the offensive glass. That's been the biggest difference in this ball game thus far.
And they take the lead once again, and it had been a while since the first quarter.
Controlling the paint and letting the high post shooters be wide open.
That one won't go. Box out by the Utes. Egharevba, though, I am really impressed with her hustle.
And now she's coming out a little bit further to guard Toure.
Niepken's to the floor. Good box out up top.
Rebounding those long threes. They only have 4 on the game this far.
First free throw. Good prep ball in England and Nottingham.
So they don't have a traditional post player on the floor.
Heward on, much smaller look for the Cowgirls. And to the line, Kennedy McQueen. McQueen, 138 career games on her at halftime as well. You want to stick around for that?
Well, it's so good to see her back in the lineup. You know, the few games that Utah lost in this conference play was when McQueen was out with an injury.
It's been an even game inside and out. Both teams 16 points apiece in the paint. And a couple of threes for Oklahoma State. 3 threes for the Utes as the drive add to the paint points there. The layup for Micah Gray.
Well, there's no help side coming over because of the floor spacing with 5 out by Oklahoma State. So you're going to have that dribble drive. Nice.
Oh, fake high, go low. Minute left this first half. It's been a good one. Oh, that was a good look from Heward. It rattled around and won't fall. This is one of those games where on paper you think it's going to be a good game. You hope it's a good game. It has been, though, as Ross slashes in and gets the layup. But you just never know.
You never know. And what we do know is that when Utah's post players are one-on-one on the low block, they are constantly looking for their post partners on those cuts.
That one won't drop. Johnson with the rebound. Oklahoma State trying to even things up in conference play. Not easy to do ever on the road, though. After the loss of BYU, Vieira off the iron. That'll do it.
Utah trying to defend against Magassa, getting to the offensive glass.
Third quarter underway. Utah with possession. And a takeaway. Scrappy play there. Smith, defense trying to create offense. Defense getting back, though, for Utah.
Great job getting back in transition and being really physical at the point of attack.
th turn of the game. And the layup good. Utah extends the lead to start this quarter. Driving the lane. And McQueen picks up the personal, her first. And the first free throw good.
Set a great screen and roll as hard as you can to the basket.
Physical, strong guard.
Does a great job of navigating screens.
Caught up to her there. Toure up high, off the back of the iron, and the rebound down to the Cowgirls.
That shot's going to be open for Toure, particularly with Magassa on the floor, where she's going to be in drop coverage.
Hurd caught off, but she gets it inside and good. Beautiful soft touch. And the inbound goes to her. Oh, the hesitation from Neepkins. Gets the open look. Gets the shooter's touch.
Contested 2 rather than a wide open 3.
Whistle from Alexia Smith again has taken it in. That's Gray. Offensive foul call.
And 2 of their better defenders.
You're right. It's that end of the floor that it will hurt them as well. Quick pace. Help D rotating around. Crisp. Got it to go. Boy, I thought she almost had a little too much on that one.
Might have overpassed on that. It looked like she had a layup.
Got herself open and didn't even know it. Who else on the offensive glass but can't get the putback? That was Egharevba, who's back on. McQueen and one.
And Jenna Johnson do such a great job in that pick and roll action. You know it's a gauntlet, but they've had some tough losses as well. That Houston loss, Kansas loss, and then Saturday against BYU as well.
Yep. Those start to knock you down a little bit. They come in the number 24 team in the nation. They were number 20 when they first free throw good. That stops the 7-0 run.
Attack by Alexia Smith coming out of that timeout, where your coach is asking for the officials to give a little bit more grace.
Quick shot, trying to get away from Smith, who was there and tracked it down, but the shot clock was winding down. Almost banked that one in. It was good hustle by the Utes. Can't get anything out of it, though.
Well, credit to the Cowgirls. They have not given Neepkins any open and easy threes all night long.
Yeah, she's over behind the arc, and there's a little jumper inside. That's good. She's ready to see some fast break action if they'll let it go.
Yeah, she's like, these 29 fouls are putting me to sleep.
Missed the 2 games prior to that. They thought she would miss the December 21st game against Iowa State, and she messaged and said, I'm coming, let's go. Yeah.
And here for Oklahoma State, still only shooting 13% from the three-point line. They simply cannot get it to go down from the perimeter.
Using some space there. Tena Magassa with the bucket. Utah needs a bucket. They're on a scoring drought now over their last 6.
Oklahoma State's doing a great job navigating the screens. Good box.
Yep. Jenna Johnson, they're going to get the over and back.
76% from the free throw line on the season.
Johnson gets the first. Can't get the second. And rebound down to the Cowgirls. Just under 2 minutes left in this quarter. Smith. That smaller lineup, and now Gret is such a scrappy player, and it goes against her, but a break for the Cowgirls as Asi to the line gets the first. She struggled a bit. She's an exceptional shooter out there on the season, 39%.
Right, getting to the free throw has helped her. 7-7 from the free throw line, only 3 for 11 from the floor today. So expect her to continue to try to get herself to the free throw line.
Yeah, she's been impressive from the line. Minute and a half left, third quarter. Johnson up high, rattles that one down. Jenna Johnson with 7 points.
Good switch.
Pass, Asi, too much.
And again, the Cowgirls doing a great job getting back in transition.
Under a minute left, third quarter, winding down. Not enough spacing there for Jenna Johnson, and she'll give it up to Neepkins. Vieta, ready, swish. Fifth made 3 of the game for the Utes. And the first for Vieta, she's got 4 points. Gray, got it. She can connect out there. She had a game earlier with 10 3-pointers against Chicago State.
One of the rare open threes that Oklahoma State has had in the second half.
It's just their third made 3, but it gets them right back in it. Down by 6. Neepkins behind the arc. Too much as the clock winding down. And they won't get the shot off. That will do it. 3 quarters in the books here in Salt Lake City. And the Cowgirls a little momentum heading into the fourth. The Cowgirls force 17 turns a game on their opponents. So, yeah, I'd say Utah has taken care of it. And I think the Cowgirls have done a better job. They had such high turnovers in the first quarter, but right now sitting at 13 total.
Yeah, they settled in that second and third quarter.
Missed layup on the inside leads to a long rebound as McQueen gets bumped.
Utah's guards of helping out in the rebounds.
Queen up high, waiting for Johnson to get herself set. 1-on-1, but that length of Magassa makes you make other decisions.
Makes you think twice about what you're actually going to do. And Utah's having to go 1-on-1 a little bit more than they're accustomed to.
Neepkins gives it back. Johnson, too much on it. And a nice job there by Wooten. Hurd also with 4 personals, the leading scorer on this team on the season. Staley Hurd's having a tough night tonight.
Egharevba has only played 10 minutes, but she's made an impact in each of those 10 minutes she's been on the floor.
She certainly has. Little hesitation. Scrappy D once again.
The Cowgirls do a great job of navigating those on-ball screens, just getting around them.
9 turnovers for Utah now. Can they get some point production off of it? They do, and 1. Wooten on the drive from Overland Park, Kansas. Kansas Gatorade Player of the Year coming in. And a 2-time league MVP. 3rd team foul on Oklahoma State. And the 4th on Egharevba. And
that time she went out to defend Crisp at the high post.
Asi gives it up and sticks it on the other. They have just been patient, and their defense has kicked it up maybe a notch here in this quarter. Crisp loses it. Neepkins was there to save the day. Yeah, certainly so. And that's the big difference between what they have left. That's not going to be an easy road trip at Cincinnati, at West Virginia. Then they'll face BYU here for the final regular season game. He's out of the timeout. It's a good one for Oklahoma State. 5 points for Wilkie. She's done a lot of what Wilkie does doesn't always show up in the stats category. Torrey can't get that one. Couldn't quite get the angle. Good D by the Cowgirls. 3 minutes left in the game. Oklahoma State looking for win number 11 in Big 12 play. Utah trying for 12. That shot just short.
Yeah, everyone's taking contested shots. There are no easy buckets. Nice.
Neepkins gets the lead back for the Utes.
That's exactly what they need to do. Again, setting that screen a little bit closer to the three-point line that allows Neepkins off either 1 or 2 dribbles to get into that midi.
Trying to get this crowd into it. Make some noise in the Huntsman Center with 2:20 remaining in the ballgame. They play on. Johnson trying to draw the offensive foul instead. 3-ball from Micah Gray.
Nice job by Micah Gray with a subtle little pump fake.
Minute and a half left in the game. Johnson trying to get a little bit closer. Oh, the movement without the ball. Rookie gets it to trickle over. Played ball at Wichita State. Tough competitor, and you see that in her team.
Yeah, two really well-coached teams.
Yep. Minute left in the game. Shot clock to 10.
Taking a lot of time off the clock right here.
And now the screens and the movement. Smith up top, drives it up, can't get it. Crashing the O boards, another chance. Egharevba keeps it alive.
Egharevba came from the top of the key. All-out effort to get that offensive board.
Shot clock down to 7. Asi using the screen. Egharevba, another one. And one.
Praise Egharevba is going to get a lot of praise in this particular game.
Redshirt sophomore from Germany. Gets the three-point play.
Take the earliest best shot you can get, and that might be just attacking the key.
Yeah, there's still time. Get the best look. And almost taken away by Asi. The Queen being hounded, and they force the turnover, the pressure. Oklahoma State from the line tonight, 15 of 16. They've been exceptional.
This is where you want to foul.
Yep, and they finally catch up to her, yeah.
Brooke Walker coming in the game for Utah.
She'll have to sit and watch. And they get the inbound to Asi. Oh, and the Queen thought she knocked the ball off of Asi, and instead they call the foul.
Versus Asi losing control of that ball. And it looks like the turnover came before the Queen had any contact with her.
Yeah, so she lost the ball. It was going out of bounds, and then a little push from behind, though, on the Queen. Puts Asi to the line. She's perfect. 8 for 8 from the line.
So she makes the second. Utah, let's call a timeout, advance the ball, and try to get a quick look.
Misses for the first time from the line, and timeout, they will advance. She said she's really been proud of her team coming together as a quick 3 from Niepken short. And Utah, will they foul? They don't. Gray will bring it back up. And that will do it. Big win, big comeback by the Cowgirls on the road